Yes, hello, my dear students. Welcome back to St. Joseph Composite PU College, Vijaypur. I'm Rahul. I'm chemistry faculty, and in this video, I'm going to discuss the solubility of solid in a liquid. Okay, this is very simple part is there. Only the basic parts are there. You can say that basic concepts are there. So already you people are familiar with these things. Let's understand by looking what it contains. Right. So what I have right now, I have here a container. This is some kind of container I have. Okay, in this container, what I will do that I will take, let me erase this part. Okay, so in this, what I'm going to add, I will add a little amount of solvent, some kind of solvent I'm going to add. This is solvent here, and in this I'm going to add a little amount of solute. Let me add a solute here. Some solute I'm going to add. Solute. Now, important thing is that when you add a solute into a solvent, the solution is formed. Okay, the solution is formed. The concentration of, you can see that how the term I'm using, concentration of solution increases. The concentration is increasing here, increasing. So if the concentration is increasing, and that is known as dissolution. Okay, the process itself is called as dissolution. If the concentration of the solution is not increasing, it means that it is not called as a dissolution. What is the meaning of this? The solute is soluble in a solvent, given solvent. When it is soluble, then only the concentration of the solution go on increasing. In that, the amount of solute dissolved becomes more and more as you add on, as you go adding the solute particles in a solvent. And this process is called as a dissolution. Dissolution. Okay, we can write the definition for the dissolution. So let's see the definition. You can say that when a solid solute, the definition you have to write in the same way. When a solid solute is added to a solvent, in the same way how to write, students, solvent, some solute particles go into the solution. Some solute particles go into the solution. Okay, and its concentration go on increasing, and its concentration in solution increases, and therefore it is called as dissolution. This process itself called as this process is called as dissolution. Sorry. So hope you understood the definition of dissolution. A dissolution is the process that indicates us that given solute is gone dissolving in a given solvent. Okay, if it is dissolving, then only the concentration of solution is gone increasing. Okay, this is one term, dissolution. Let's understand the one more term here, that is as you go on adding the solute, there is a point where the further addition of the solute do not get dissolved. That point of the solution is called as saturation. The saturation is reached, or the further addition of the solute never going to dissolve in a solvent. And therefore, there is another term called as that is, you can say, the saturation of solution or saturated solution. Let me write that, saturated solution. And for this, what I have to do, I have to take a little consideration. The consideration is that you have to take a container. Okay, and this should be the container, and that you have to add a little amount of solvent. Okay, let me take a particular amount. So let me take here 100 gram of solvent. Solvent may be anything. Okay, and then I'm going to add here solute. In this, I'm going to add maximum amount of solute. And that leads to the formation of saturated solution. Okay, so even we can give a same kind of definition for solubility also. So here a saturated solution means, saturated solution is we can define it as it's a process where no more solute is dissolved in a solution at given temperature and pressure. Okay, so therefore we can say that we can give it as it's a solution let me write this, the definition. Definition, let me take some color over here. Okay, here I'm going to write. So it is a solution. It is a solution in which no more solute can be added, or you can say that instead of that added, we can add, but it cannot dissolve. Okay, in the can be no more solute can be dissolved at given temperature and pressure. If the temperature varies and the pressure is varied, obviously there is a dissolution may takes place. Okay, saturated solutions, when you heat, in that you can add more amount of solute also. Okay, because as you increase the temperature, the kinetic energy of the solvent and solute get increased and dissolution also increase. That is another fact we'll discuss in another part. So in this case, it is a solution in which no more solute can be dissolved at given temperature. The temperature and pressure should be constant at given temperature and pressure. Temperature and pressure. This is the term we use for the saturated solution. But the fact is, here in the saturated solution, something interesting happens. Now let's assume that I have a container. In this container, I just consider only two solute particles. Okay, here there are two solute particles are there. This is the one, and this is another solute particle. And this solute particle is moving in this direction, and this solute particle is moving in this direction. There is a collision takes place. When the collision takes place, the solute particles lose their kinetic energy and lose their energy itself. Due to the collision, the energy is lost. Energy is lost. As the energy is lost by the particles, means they never get dissolved. They get settled at the bottom, or you can say that they are solidified. They came out of the solution. That leads to you can say that okay, the particles, that is solute particles solidify. They become solidified, and that process is called as a crystallization. Hope you understood this part. So when the crystallization is taking place, the first thing, the solution should be saturated. This should be happening in saturated solution. This process itself happening in a saturated solution. In that, what happens? The collision of particles takes place because more number of particles are there. The energy is lost by the particles, and due to that, what happens? The particles get solidified. Means that is a process is called as a crystallizations. Okay, so therefore we can say that the one definition can write here, that is some solute particles in a solution, some solute particles in a solution, in a saturated solution, in saturated solution collide with each other. Okay, if they collide with each other, they get separated out and get separated out. Okay, as they get separated out, they become solidified, separated out from solution, and that process is called as you can say that it is called crystallization. Very important phenomenon, student, crystallization. Okay, hope you understood this, right? Now we'll take the definition for solubility of solute. The last term here, solubility of solute. Solubility of solute. This is quite interesting, students. Solubility of solute itself is very interesting term. Every you can say the particle have capacity to get dissolved in a particular solvent. Okay, for example, if you take sodium chloride, it is easily soluble in water. Okay, but the same sodium chloride, when you dissolve in some other solvent, it may be soluble only for the 50% or 25% or 10%, or it may be dissolved for 0%. For example, when you take a salt and try to dissolve in a water, that is in the oil, there may be insolubility takes place. The salt is never get soluble in that is oil. where there are some organic liquids are there, in that polarity is there in the molecule, in that the 10% or 25% of sodium chloride can be dissolved. Okay, so therefore solubility indicate that it is the capacity of the solute to get dissolved in a particular solvent, and that we can define in other terms. Like you have to take a container, the same definition as we take before. So container, this contains 100 grams of solvent, and in that, the whatever the mass you add, the maximum or mass of solute you should be add. When you add a mass of solute in 100 gram of solvent, this leads to, that particular mass leads to the formation of saturated solution. Saturated solution. Okay, that should form here saturated solution. Up to that, whatever the mass you add and mass you dissolve in 100 gram of solvent, that is known as solubility of solute. And this is how we're going to define. That is, we can define it as the mass in grams, the mass in grams of solute, of the solute that dissolves in 100 grams of solvent to form saturated solution. Okay, hope you understood this part, student. And even important part is that here the temperature and pressure should be constant at given temperature and pressure. Okay, hope you understood the definition of the that is solubility of solute. Okay, this is all about we discussed. In the next part, I will discuss that how the various factors affect the solubility of solute in a given solvent. Thank you for watching, students.